Hey everybody, it is me. It is I, Vulcan Wolverine, Kyle, aka Vulcan Wolverine, uh, Vulcan Wolverine 2. Let me turn off the sound on my video real quick. It is me. And welcome anybody coming into chat. Like, I hope y'all are doing good. I hope you're finding peace. I hope you're finding balance in this. I hope you're finding peace and balance. Hey, Lisa Marie. Lisa Marie Tattersall says, "Hi, Kyle. I've been praying for you." Thank you so much, Lisa. I'm going to pray for you too. We'll say a prayer on this video before we get started. I'm going to look up a prayer for strength. I'm going to look up a prayer for strength and healing, and we can say it before I get started. I have a couple of articles. It's like 1 o'clock p.m. where I am, and I was going to do like a live stream tonight, like a panel, but I didn't think I could wait because I woke up at like 8:30 this morning, and usually after about 8 hours of staying up, I start losing a lot of steam. So I kind of wanted to do a live stream now. What I may do is I may read an article and then see if anybody wants to come on and just talk. If not, I've got some other stuff too. There's a really important article from the New York Times. The New York Times is talking about the danger of autonomous weapon systems. And then I have an article about the Cuban embassy attack, but they're saying neuro weapons. They're not saying mystery weapons or anything like that. They've come around full circle where they're just saying, yes, they were neuro weapons attacks. And what do you know? Right when the mystery attacks happened in Cuba, targeted individuals were like, those are directed energy weapons. That's what we're being hit with. Those are neuro weapons. And then it took them like, what was that? That was in 2016. So took them till 2018 to really say, yes, definitively, these are neuro weapons. Targeted individuals just happen to know, right? We just happen to know that. No, we knew it because we're being hit by those. We've done research on weapons that we're being hit by, and we were right because these weapons are just being used all over the world. And hey, Freedom says hi, all from Australia. And hey, Jared says hi, man. What's up? I'm hanging in there, Jared. I'm finding some relief. Let me show you. I know I've showed you all these a million times, but I really recommend them. These bone conduction headphones, right? They go over the ears like this, right? And basically the vibrations go right in front of your ears, all through your head, and it causes these vibrations. And so I've been listening to music. Like, I had to run some errands this morning, and I've been listening to music on them. I really think that it's interfering with some of the frequencies that go straight through the skull. Like, we have a lot of different layers of attacks that are doing this stuff to us. Like, we have electromagnetic field that's conducting along the skin into the vestibular system. Sometimes they just shoot straight into the vestibular system. Then we have electromagnetic transcranial stimulation. Then there are certain waves and frequencies that just go straight through the skull, past our subconscious, basically. Feels like this kind of interferes with all of it. Because my emotions were like kind of leveling out and I felt more like myself, especially if you play something with a lot of bass. So I really recommend these. I got them for like 80 bucks on Amazon. I got the wired kind, so you have to charge them. They have a 12-hour charge. And I was using those all morning and I felt better. Kind of took them off, and now I'm a little bit tired. I had to take some kratom to jump on a live stream. Yeah, Jared says, I'm happy that you're finding some relief. I hope that you guys are too. There's stuff out there. I promise you guys, like, I've tried and tested different solutions to attenuate this stuff. Dave Case's CD, bone conduction headphones. Look up lead caps on online on Google and find this kind of looking lead cap. It's like 40 bucks. I put this on with Dave Case's CD, and it gives me tons of relief. And then I'm using the transcranial stimulation devices. It interferes. It interferes. And of course, I've kept my two ZVS drivers going. I leave them on all the time. I have to turn one off while I'm doing the live streams because it makes like a really loud sound. But those are still working. And they do use scalar waves that interfere. Like if I turn them both off for like a day, I start getting the heat from the external hits, and it's very noticeable. It's a noticeable difference. But if I have them on, it seems to be like very, very toned down. So there's things that work, guys. Please try things. That's all I'd say. A lot of targeted individuals tell me, they're like, so Dave Case CD might not work for every targeted individual. Okay, I mean, I'll concede that. I'll concede that. I kind of think that the way that the remote neural manipulation works, it should help you if you use it consistently. But like, there's other stuff too. Just recently, Stacy, actually, Generation, put it in the chat. Let me look this up. Let me look this up, guys. It's kind of expensive. I'm gonna hold out till they make something that is not just a USB drive. It's like it's on a USB drive. It's a device that you plug into your computer. It's supposed to shield from 5G, but they are coming out with something that you wouldn't plug into your computer. You would just take with you anywhere. It's called 5G BioShield. Generation put it in the chat, like I think on the last live stream, and then Stacy was looking into it. I'm gonna research it. It's kind of expensive, but let me look it up real quick and I'll show you guys, because I find it pretty interesting. I got a couple of things I want to show y'all before I get to the article. But guys, this is proof. I want to tell you guys because I say this, because I say this all the time, right? I say that this consumer market for defenses and shielding against electromagnetic frequencies, it's going to grow. It's going to keep growing, and new solutions are going to keep being made for this stuff. So we got to keep hope, and it's happening. I'll show you guys proof of it. Okay, so check this out. 5G BioShield revolution, first to market full spectrum protection. It protects from 1G, 2G, 3G, 4G, 5G. Let's look at their claims, and I'm going to look into it a lot more, but I just wanted to show you all this because Generation is a great researcher. Generation is an Israeli targeted individual, and he or she brings in awesome information to the live streams. I really think that this would have a lot of promise. Now, the USB little drives cost like, I think they cost like $350 a piece. It's really expensive. But maybe they'll go down in price, and maybe a lot of these products will go down in price when more people start buying them. That's not our end goal, right? Like, we don't want to have to use a bunch of defenses and different methods and try a bunch of stuff. We want the program to end, right? We want to stop being tortured. But y'all know what I say. We have to buy time. We have to attenuate and get as comfortable as possible so that we can speak on this as intelligently as possible. That's the way to fight it. We have more energy. We have more attenuation of the bad things going on, especially the mind control stuff, the remote neural manipulation. I attenuate a lot of that so I have a good amount of control of my own thoughts and my own emotions. Now, sometimes it gets bad. Sometimes they mess around with my head, but I have some attenuation, so I can use my willpower to fight against it, right? If you're just going against the full-fledged, whatever your attackers are doing, constantly trying to strengthen that radio receiver signal to your brain and your nervous system, like the bidirectional stream of energy, and the stuff that's like Lilly waves and bidirectional streams of electromagnetic frequencies going past the skull. If you're dealing with all that and you're not attenuating, it gets very difficult to have your own emotions. Some targeted individuals, it gets very, very difficult. We need God too, but let's check this out. So 5G BioShield. 5G BioShield presents the 5G BioShield USB key for the protection of your home and family, and the wearable hologram nanofoil catalyzer, which can be attached to the smartphone or any other electromagnetic radiation emitting device. And see, it's like on a little USB drive. You stick it in the computer, but I think that they're going to come out with something that is not a USB key. The hologram nanolayer is a quantum holographic catalyzer technology for the harmonization and balancing of harmful magnetoelectric radiation. The nanolayer operating radius is about 4 meters, coming soon. I kind of want to wait for that and see how expensive it is. And then I may test it out. You can get 3 of them for $1,000. You can get 1 for $350. It's very expensive, but I'm just kind of looking into it. I just wanted to kind of show y'all. Let's see. Okay. So quantum oscillation. Through a process of quantum oscillation, the 5G BioShield USB key balances and reharmonizes the disturbing frequencies arising from the magnetoelectric fog induced by devices such as laptops, cordless phones, Wi-Fi tablets, etc. Now, for us, it would be the actual remote targeting, remote electromagnetic fields put around our head and our body, streams of energy coming towards us, and also the bidirectional stream of energy that bypasses the skull. And also, I don't know about Lilly waves. I don't know if this would affect those. But I do think that the bone conducting headphones do cause so much vibration in your nervous system and your skull that some of those things that they're trying to pass through the skull, past your subconscious or to certain areas of your brain, I think it does interfere, like the bone conducting headphones. Let's see. So restoring coherence of atoms. The 5G BioShield USB key restores the coherence of the geometry of the atoms, which allows a perfect induction for life forces by recreating cardiac coherence via plasmoidic support and interactivity. I don't know what any of that means. I'm going to have to research it more. Emitting life force frequencies. The 5G BioShield USB key emits a large number of life force frequencies, favoring a general revitalization of the body, adjusting them according to the absorption capacity of each respective one. So I did want to show you all that. I'm going to look into it more. It's an impenetrable shielding and harmonization of your home and family for all harmful ionized and non-ionized radiation, including 2G, 3G, 4G, 5G, and Wi-Fi. So we got Dr. Ilija Lakisevic, a research professor, and Jackie Bauer, clinical pharmacist, specializing in environmental health. Okay, so this Dr. Lakisevic, he has worked at institutions as reputable as the Max Planck Institute for Plasma Physics. So plasma physics, and I hear a lot of target individuals. I've had a lot of conversations about how plasma is very involved in this. It's like electromagnetic frequencies intermixing with biofield. So it's a type of plasma almost. The reaction is plasmoidic, right? So it does actually make a lot of scientific sense, but I do want to look into it a lot more. It is one of those more expensive solutions. Of course, Dave Case's CD is free. Bone conduction headphones, you can get a good pair for like $50. The lead cap covering is like $40. Less EMF headgear, or actually, I would start with go to getlambs.com and I would get a beanie there. Those beanies are like $30. So that's pretty, that's not too pricey. And then like a hat like this would be like, what is it, like $20 or something like that? Just start kind of building up a few things at a time and see if they work. I found a lot of things that work along with Dave Case's CD and attenuation from the ZBS driver. I don't know. I hear a lot of targeted individuals and they're just like, nothing can stop this. They still do stuff. They still do cleanses and things like that. And they say that helps. So that's definitely something that works. Definitely, if you hear a targeted individual who says nothing works and then they say that something works, go ahead and try that. Go ahead and try the cleansing baths, supplements, like boron that you can take internally, spirulina, chlorella, what's that? The clay, the bentonite clay, and then oh, and then Brian too actually recommended the bone conduction headphones with a recommendation from somebody who worked on from a scientist who worked on these technologies, which I'm not going to speak for Brian, but I think that that's Robert Duncan. So you're basically getting a recommendation from Robert Duncan, Dr. Robert Duncan, to get the bone conduction headphones. So you might want to start there. You might want to start there, guys. They really do work pretty good. But I just find that like all the passive shielding for the head added to it creates these layers, right? Because the technology is adaptive. It is adaptive. So if you're building up layers, like if you're stacking it up, it's going to be way harder for them to adapt to stuff. And that is, I found that is proven to me by my own experimentation with defenses. It's hard to convince people sometimes when they haven't really tried much, but I know it to be true, and that's why I say it all the time. I don't mean to be annoying. I really care about you guys, and even though I use defenses, it gives me some good times, right? It gives me like sometimes this stuff comes in waves. Sometimes they'll overpower what I have at a certain level, but then it's like the defenses kind of work in waves sometimes. You get it all in the right mode, the grounding and stuff like that. Grounding, well, I don't know if it's number one. I'd say Dave Case CD is number one. Grounding would be like top five defenses. There's some cheap stuff, guys. Please try some stuff. Don't just don't go through life in pain from this. Really, really try and fight that so you can think clear, you can have more energy, and we can do this because we're getting close. I'm going to show you guys a video article on YouTube from the New York Times, and I'm going to tell you two groups that are starting to come out. They're not starting to come out. They've been out for a long time, but we can coalesce with them because they're speaking about things. They're not necessarily targeted individuals, right? They may be targeted, but they're not directly targeted. But we can coalesce with those groups. More groups are coming out and talking about the subject that we're talking about on different levels. So it is happening. It's happening, guys. Like people, the awareness is building exponentially. There is a lot of hope. Hey, Lisa Marie Tattersall says, oh, so you're talking about something that's from Nikin, very $1,500. Hey, David. Hey, David Green. Hey, Tanya. Hey, Andrew Littleton. Andrew Littleton says, does anyone know if mirrors can deflect microwaves? I had a lot of luck with mirrors at the beginning. Like I was making these kind of enclosures with mirrors on the side, and mirrors do deflect electromagnetic frequencies, especially if they're being aimed, because they're being aimed in these streams of energy. So mirrors do work. Mirrors do work. It's just hard. What the hard thing is since we're being hit remotely, it can come vertically, right? It can come vertically. They can change the angle. And I actually think because they're using radar and phased array antennas, they can actually curve the beam. I've talked about that on older videos, but I was just like, oh, well, it doesn't even matter. They're just shooting beams. It's a little bit hard to configure mirrors around you where they wouldn't be able to just change the angle of what they're shooting at you, right? But you could, if you can get them all around you, or you can just put them in a spot where they're hitting you from and see if they change the angle. I was actually thinking about like some kind of mirror dome, like if they had like some kind of like dome, like an igloo where the inside was like covered with mirror material. I think that would maybe solve our problems. We'd maybe have the bottom that's exposed, but I think if you could get like a mirror dome, which I don't know if they even do that with mirrors, but I think that would be very, very effective. Very effective. Lisa Marie Tattersall says, Andrew, I use mirrors at the very beginning, but the best thing that I've used is aluminum attic insulation. Yeah, and aluminum does work. I just keep it away from your body, and that's something, if you're just using aluminum foil, like nothing else, no other layers, they can adapt to that pretty easily, because they're going up and down the electromagnetic spectrum. They can use infrasound, ultrasound, and of course, some of the remote neural manipulation or the mind control is done with Lilly waves, which kind of pass through a lot of stuff. So you can block some of it, but it may not block certain layers of it. You see what I'm saying? But yeah, I mean, it does work. Yeah, Tanya says, David, put hot water bottles. You can get little ones, and heater rub helps. Yeah, yeah, heater like heater. I guess. Well, I would really recommend cooling your head. You know, because when your body's hot, this stuff's gonna work better. Like the weapons are gonna work better when you're heated up. So my attackers will heat up my body temperature a lot. So the cheapest thing that we can do if you're in an emergency situation where you're just like, I can't take this anymore, just get a bag of ice or get those ice gel packs and just put those on your head and cool down your whole body. That's like the cheapest thing that's going to help you the most if you're in a crisis. If you're like, it's the targeting is just so bad right now. And hey, Jeff, hey, brother. Jeff says, hey, brother, hope you're well. I'm hanging in there. I'm hanging in there. I'm making it. I'm making it hard to think, hard to like really formulate what I want to say and stuff like that. But I was breaking it up pretty good with the bone conduction headphones today, and like with my grounding, the less EMF layers with Dave Case CD on it, and then the lead cap last night. I usually wake up as long as my grounding stays on my left leg, because I have a lot of vagus nerve stimulation. Like they inflame my vagus nerve, and that's how they give me really bad headaches and mess with my nervous system. As long as I keep the grounding on my left leg and then have all that other stuff, I'll usually wake up with no pain. But then since I haven't been wearing my headgear and I haven't had my grounding on, I've been driving around. I've had the bone conduction on, so I felt emotionally a little bit better. But I have started to feel kind of a fibromyalgia, kind of achy feeling because my attackers are kind of hooking back in. You know, they're hooking back in after I used Dave Case's CD the whole night. Hey, Nicholas, I'm glad you made it, man. You said I made it. Hello. And hey, Slack TI. Slack TI says, hey, y'all. Hope you guys are doing good. Slack TI is working on a project. I'm going to help him with it. A little bit. Well, you know, maybe we'll talk. I need to talk with him if he wants to, how he wants to let people know. But he's working on some cool stuff. Yeah, Tanya says cream. Cream on your neck when they're hitting your neck. Yeah, dude. Big hug to you, Nicholas. I hope you're doing well, man. Good to see you too, Kyle. Big hug, dude. Just hope. Yeah. Nicholas says they are screwing with my coordination and balance hard today. Yeah, I have like an intense headache. The V2K is always going. Let me say this: the bone conduction headphones. If I have some good bass music on it, I can't hear the V2K at all because the bone conduction headphones are just covering it all up. So, but when I take them off, I can then hear the V2K again. So that's it. If you have V2K and you just need a break from that V2K, I really recommend the bone conduction headphones. I just really recommend the bone conduction headphones. They're not that expensive, and I think they're working on a couple of things that our attackers are doing. Jeff O says, are you using the bone conduction or COS headphones with Dave Case? I'm still using the COS headphones, Jeff. I tried the bone conduction headphones with Dave Case's CD when I slept, and I woke up and they were able to like push some visuals into my visual cortex. Usually they're just interfering with my visual cortex, but they're not able to put like these clear, crisp pictures in there because I keep using Dave Case's CD. They might be putting visuals that I think are just mine. But the deal is, like, I used the bone conduction with Dave Case's CD, and it worked differently. So I went back to the COS headphones, and now during the day I'll like watch movies. What I watched last night? I watched the Spider-Man Far From Home on the bone conduction headphones. I watched Return of the Jedi on the bone conduction headphones, which was awesome. It's like a lot of emotion. You're getting the whole movie and the bass and all the action going straight to your like your temples, and it's like resonating. So it's really cool to watch movies that you like with the bone conduction headphones. Yeah, but I still use the Koss headphones with Dave Casey, and I do it every night. I have a hard time. I should be using it during the day. I think I would feel a lot better, but it's annoying to listen to. I need to do stuff during the day. I think that's the big thing that maybe keeps people from listening to it, is it's annoying. Like, I mean, it's not the greatest sounding thing, but man, it just helps so much that I'm just like, I don't even care. And I'm not criticizing or insulting people who just can't listen to it. We'll find other stuff. We'll find other stuff. But just when I find something that works, I get pretty out of sorts about it, and I want to be like, hey, y'all got to use this because it like gives me relief from this stuff, and this is the most painful torture that you can go through. So guys, sorry, not sorry for constantly badgering y'all about some of these things, because you got to try them. Hey, social betrayal awareness. So let's see. Thanks, David. David Green says, yes, Kyle, great channel to help people. It is appreciated. I thank you too. Thanks for coming to the live stream. And social betrayal awareness says, you ever get V2K as though you're hearing conversation about you, not direct messages to you? All of mine, social betrayal awareness, is about me. It's all about me, and they never use my name. It's very dehumanizing. On a couple occasions, like maybe I can count the occasions they've used my name where they've said Kyle. I can count it on two hands. And then the rest of the time, it's like chatterbox with a little bit of manual stuff, and they're always like, "This is evil. No, we got to put him away. I'm gonna kill this MF. He's retarded. Stuff like that." So, and they never really speak about specifics anymore. It's like it's a bunch of general stuff. No, that's not true. Because sometimes I'll be like, "Hey, I'm about to go eat a hungry man," and then the woman will be like, "He's gonna eat a hungry man." And I think that's some of the automated, like there's some automated stuff where I'll think something, and then the automated system will go, "He will do that," or or like I'm like, "Oh, y'all aren't gonna get me on something," and she's like, "We're not gonna get him." So it's like this automated thing going on. There's a bunch of different layers. It's hard to work out what's what, you know. I'm working with Slack TI on that I mean, I understand a lot about it, but they've just had so much time. Like I've had the B2K since 2011. And so it's been 9 years of V2K. And so they've had time to automate a lot of it. But I noticed from the beginning that, oh my God. Okay. Oh my God. I just got a horrible text message, guys. I don't know if I should talk about that on the live stream. Oh my God. Wow. Okay. I don't know if I should talk about this on the live stream. I got to talk to Mike first. Oh man. Wow. That's going to really put a damper on this live stream. Oh, it's about a targeted individual. It's very bad. Yeah, okay, oh man. Hold on, guys. Oh man, it's huge. Sorry, guys. That's very bad. Oh, one of my best friends, one of my TI mom, like I haven't heard from her in a while. And I guess I just won't say her name. Maybe some people will know who I'm talking about. But Mike just texted me and said that they're about to take her off of life support. So, and I didn't even know she was in the hospital because I haven't been in contact with her in a couple of weeks. So This is awful. Okay. I'm gonna have to. Shit. Okay. Well, let me. Oh man, that's really bad. Hey, Future Knowledge. Future Knowledge says, hello, everyone. Sorry I'm late. I was uploading a video. Yeah, I gotta go check out some of your newer videos. Uh, they keep not letting me get your notifications. Oh, I can't think, guys. I might have to do this live stream later. Wow, something really serious just happened. I guess you wouldn't mind. It's okay. So y'all know. Okay, Tanya says yes, Kyle, Linda. Okay, all right. So do most people know? I just don't know how appropriate it is to tell everybody, but I guess let's just do that and then move on with the we'll move on with the live stream. So Linda Costanzo, like my TI mom, who I love very much, and I haven't talked to her in a couple of weeks. She's ran conference calls. She's fought this so hard, and apparently that Mike's saying that our dear friend and ally Linda Costanzo will be removed from life support soon. Jared saying, please talk about it. I mean, that's it. That's it. So I didn't even know she was in the hospital. So I guess she went to the hospital for brain injuries due to targeting. And they're gonna take her off of life support soon. So I guess let's just talk about that. I'm gonna change the title of this live stream. I don't know what I'm gonna change it to. Doesn't matter. Yeah, David Green says all the best, Kyle. Close it down. We understand. I don't. I guess I'll leave it up. Okay. So Tanya's saying, yeah, it was on Frank's call. So okay, everybody knows. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna have to. Yeah. I guess I'll keep the live stream up to let everybody know. This live stream is just about letting people know that Linda Costanza, one of my best friends, my TI mother, she's about to be taken off of life support due to this horrible targeting. So I need to call Mike and get the details of it. Yeah, Jared says it sucks because if she was targeted, it was murder. Yeah, she's been targeted very heavily, like the neuro weapons attacks and everything like that. Me and her were working on a lot of defenses together, but for the last couple of weeks, I've just been kind of off in my own world and not on the conference call, so I didn't know what was going on with her. We talked on the phone all the time. Tanya says, "How old was she, Kyle?" Um, I'm not sure. I think she was maybe like my dad's age. I think she was like, no, maybe she was like my mom's age. She was like around uh maybe mid 60s, maybe early 60s or mid 60s. And she got like with her targeting, she actually got physically hit in the head, um, like at the beginning of it. And so she dealt with that with a serious head trauma. And then they started targeting her with microwaves, the neuro weapons, the high pitched noise, all the really bad stuff. And me and her have like tried a bunch of defenses, Dave Case's CD and everything like that. So I don't know the details of it. Hey, Laura Ann. Yeah, this is really bad. I don't know. I'm having trouble just even thinking right now. Because I want to find out what's going on. She lives in California, but if she's on life support, she's unconscious. Yeah, I guess we just need to let people know. I guess that's what this live stream is about. And then I got to find out. Yeah, Jared Ritter says it sucks that you can't trust the hospital. Hey, Cheryl. Yeah, this is horrifying. And I saw like, yeah, I saw the other night that, on that show that was messing with Kevin Christian, they were making fun of targeted individuals, and they were like, oh, let's show targeted individuals who are doing songs, and they showed Phil Leak, and Phil Leak was murdered by this program, so they were making fun of a targeted individual who was like murdered by this program. Like, what the hell is going on? What the hell is going on? And that Linda was definitely, if she was not targeted, she would have been healthy, and this would not have happened to her. So people are definitely, I mean, we've said this millions and millions of times. So anybody who wants to make a joke out of this, it's not a joke. It's not a joke, and it's so hard to come out and even speak about this when it's not, when you're not gonna die the next day, but there are targeted individuals who are dying every day. So anybody who has half a brain and half a heart, and I'm not talking to you guys in chat, you need to rethink your life. You need to rethink about how you speak about things and people being murdered from autonomous neuroweapon systems. Because it's a sick, sick genocide. It's not just torture. It's not just rape. It's murder. It's murder. So yeah, Tanya says, Kyle, that is so bad, making fun of someone that has died. Yeah, I don't it, like the guy seems kind of smart, like he seems kind of like witty and stuff like that. And I'm like, this doesn't make sense. He'd be smart enough to know that this program is actually happening, and he would shut his mouth, or he would just, he would just say, tell the truth. Just people tell the truth. Like when people are dying, when people are being murdered, good people. Linda was like one of the best people I knew. She always wanted to help people. That's what she was worried about. When she was targeted, when she was hurting, she wanted to moderate calls, and she moderated calls till she just couldn't do it anymore. Like her body could not, her body and mind were so worn down that she couldn't even do it. Okay, I'm gonna have to end this. Hey, strong-minded individual. Candyman says, Kyle lived in your area and been a TI for over 30 years. I believe that many of these programs are clandestine experimental programs coming from LSU. It's probably not universities doing it directly to us, it's contractors, but sometimes universities do like, have classes and stuff about it. Okay, hey Brian. Brian says John Bohoff has died 4 days ago. A great man of God has fallen. Yeah, and Linda was really great too. She was very spiritual, and she just cared about people so much. Like she didn't deserve. She's like the last person in the world that deserved to be tortured to death. Okay, so Brian says check out Final Call '07 on YouTube. Check out Final Call. Linda Costanza, Brian. Linda Costanza. They're about to take her off of life support. I don't know when she went to the hospital, but you know Linda Costanza. Jared says, us targets shouldn't fear death because we know it's coming. Be right with God and you live forever in heaven. Yeah. Yeah, but I think we should fight it. I mean, I think that, Linda fought so hard. We used so many defenses. I can't believe I haven't talked to her in a while. It's one of those things where you're just like, it's like my grandpa, where I lived in Texas, and it's like, oh, I didn't go see him all the time. It's like, oh, okay, well, then you regret not talking to him for the last couple of weeks. I can't believe she didn't call me. She doesn't want to bother. She never wanted to bother people. She never wanted to bother people with her problems, but she was being murdered. It was like excruciating torture and murder, like the high pitched sound all the time, and they went really hard on her. and she already had previous injuries too. Brian, stop, dude, stop. Yeah. Tim Greenblatt says many universities do MK Ultra type stuff on the unsuspecting public. Yeah, I do agree. But they're tied in with contractors, so they get money. They get money from like agencies like the CIA, the DIA, and stuff like that. Universities get grants to participate in it, just like hospitals get grants and money to participate in it. But I don't know if students are the ones who are doing the direct experimentation. I know that they may be involved in some way, but I just don't know that it's like people at LSU are like hitting us with directed energy weapons. It's probably a contractor, a front company tied to one of these agencies, and then maybe universities do some kind of research on it or something like that. I don't know how that works. Yeah, Brian put up some great videos. I watched his videos and gave him a thumbs up. So give Brian's new videos a thumbs up. He put Jesse Ventura up with talking to Robert Duncan, and a lot of stuff about I can't remember the guy's name. I can't think it all right now. The that satanic guy. Who's the satanic guy who headed up the National Security Agency? Really evil. And he devised a lot of. He wrote about electromagnetic weapons and psychotronic weapons. I can't remember. I just saw it this morning, but I can't think. Yeah, I mean, even but that's a good thing, Cheryl. We should all be reposting. If you find something that's just really awesome, repost it. Just repost it. Aquino, yeah, thank you, Laurie. Michael Aquino, yeah. And then Brian posted a video about the MK Ultra. Uh, the children who were experimenting MK Ultra and their testimonies at the trial. Okay. Brian too says Michael Aquino was not a Satanist. That was a cover story. He was a Thetanist. I'm not sure what a Thetanist is. Um, yeah. Okay. Yeah. Tanya says Autumn's vids are great too. Okay. Well, let's say a prayer for Linda. They're gonna take her off of life support. Hold on, guys. I gotta talk to Mike. Yeah, Laurie Smith says Aquino founded Temple of Set. His mom was Illuminati. Yeah. Let me find a good prayer. Let me just say a prayer. Can't think of it all. Yeah, Candy Huff says, I'm so sad to hear about Linda. I had no idea. I've been out, me too, for a couple of weeks. Like we talked all the time. Like 2 months ago, we kind of just stopped talking because start getting busy in other stuff. But she always had my number. But the thing with Linda is she didn't want to bother people. She didn't want to put her burdens on anybody. She wanted to take on burdens because that's the type of person she was. So it's like she'd always be like, "Hey, am I bothering you?" It's like definitely not. No, you're my TI mom. You help people so much, and then I just, we'd get out of touch with people. Yeah, Tanya says, please say a prayer for Linda. Okay. Yeah, Jerry Rivera says, let's pray she was on good terms with God. She definitely was. She definitely is going to heaven. She helped so many people, and she was a very great spiritual person, always in touch with her spirituality. And she always talked about, how she really looked forward to going to the other side because, her husband, who she loved very much, went before her, and she was kind of in that stage where the pain was so bad. She really looked forward to going and being with him, and she is, or she will be. She will be. I got to find out details from Mike. Okay, let's say a prayer, guys. In the name of the Father and the Son and Holy Spirit. Dear God, just please watch over Linda. Please take care of her in whatever state she is right now, whatever physical state that she is right now. And please just ease her departure into the next life. Send angels, take her into heaven. Just thank you for putting her on this earth. She's such a selfless person. She just wanted to help everybody. And just help us all. Help us all. Please help us all. Please help her family, her son and her daughters, to understand how strong their mom was, what a hero she was to other people. Just, just ease her suffering. Ease her suffering. She's finally going to be home with you. And just give the rest of us miracles. Please just help us all on this earth with all this evil, taking so many good people. Thank you, God. Thank you, God, for putting Linda in my life. She's changed my life. Just such a good woman. All right, in the name of the Father and the Son and the Holy Spirit. All right, guys, I'm gonna wrap it up with that. I got to talk to Mike, but maybe I think probably tomorrow. Tomorrow maybe I'll do a live stream or something. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to do anything today. All right, guys, I love y'all. Okay, Brian, I'll email you my number, man. Okay. All right, guys, I love y'all. I'll see you on the next one. All right.